Craft here, and today I have yet another video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the brand new teaser on ScottGames.com, but new-ish. So, recently while I was working on this teaser, I noticed a couple interesting things that might be of interest. For example, we found the puppet up there, but it didn't really look like the puppet the more I investigated it. So today I'm going to do a little bit of other research on this, and I'm going to show you some interesting things. First of all, we're going to start off with two other Nightmare animatronics in this scene. Now, evidence for this is the jaws right here. As you can see, they do not... Hold on, let me just Command Z that. Command undo. You will notice that right here, the jaws do not line up. As you can see, like, they're coming in from here, they're coming out from here. However, the skin down here does match. So I don't really understand this. So maybe, like, you know, there is a little border right there. There's another one right there. So maybe that could mean, like, right there you kind of have, like, you know, one of the heads staring at their leader right here. And another interesting thing is actually something I noticed in the teeth recently. I did not notice this in time to make the other video, so I figured I might as well show you guys right now. If you look closely in the teeth, there's something that is significantly bright right down here. I think this could pose a decent amount of significance to the game, and as you can see, there's like this little, basically, face creeping out of there, and I didn't understand what this meant until recently, so I'm just going to change this to red so I can just show you right there. And then of course we found the puppet up here. But I'm beginning to have second thoughts about that. Then, of course, there's probably the biggest mystery in this entire teaser, and that will be the teeth right here in his belly. Now, we don't have for sure confirmation what this could be. This could always just be like, you know, no, this is like for real here. We have never seen the torso. We've only seen the torso of a Nightmare animatronic once, and that was with Nightmare Freddy. And we haven't seen the torsos of any other Nightmare animatronics. So maybe we could be seeing these teeth like in there, so like they could be like, you know, maybe that's how Freddy kills you. So, you know, that's always a possibility. Also, we do know that this is Nightmare Fredbear for two reasons. One of them, the source code hint that I pointed out. And here's the second thing. This one actually might be kind of, how should I put it, interesting. So, right here, I'm just going to highlight this in gray. You're going to see that there is a lot of, like, how should I put it, imprints on here. And you can see it all over the animatronic. You can see these, like, little etchings. They sort of look like, you know, something like rust or something. We saw these on Springtrap, and we also saw these on some other animatronics. And to prove it, I'm just going to load up this image of Springtrap right here. Load up already. Okay, so this is an image of Springtrap that I got. And if you look very closely, you can't be able to see it here, but he has these little etchings on his skin. And we saw the exact same thing with Nightmare Chica. And you can see that the exact same etchings are in Nightmare Fredbear, and you can see that there's tons of it, like everywhere you can see it. It's right here, but yeah, you can really see it everywhere, and you can see that, you know, there's all this hidden stuff. You know, this is most likely another secret spring lock animatronic, and I think this is pretty amazing. So then of course we're going to talk all the way about the background of this image. So basically, one of the things I was doing when I was editing this image is I basically loaded up the image. I zoomed in very closely, just about here. You can see that there's a little bit of skin here. Not skin, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, part of the suit. And you can see that right here. Now, I know what you're thinking, that he just has a really huge body, but no, this is actually a different animatronic. Now, basically, the reasoning for this is basically because you wouldn't expect an animatronic to be this huge. So it sort of makes sense for there to be like a second animatronic looking at this. Maybe this could be the body of one of the two animatronics I pointed out right here. But again, we know that this is not, but maybe like their heads are like peering over to see what he's doing. because these right here, they sort of match up. That is if you don't think about these right here, like, you know, you can see that right there. That's pretty much the only indication that we see right there. And you can see a tiny border right there. So yeah, I think this is pretty interesting. And yeah, you know, it's a new teaser, so there's always some form of hype. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching this video. It really helps me out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.